A disturbing revelation is beginning to gain attention among researchers and Norse history enthusiasts. The Codex Regius, considered the foundation of the Poetic Edda and one of the main sources about Viking gods, may not be just a neutral record of the past. Behind its ancient pages, new questions are emerging that challenge everything once seen as certain. For centuries, readers believed they were looking directly into the pagan world. But the manuscript was written in a medieval Iceland already shaped by Christianity. This raises an uncomfortable suspicion. Could parts of what we know today have been organized, reinterpreted, or even softened to fit a new worldview? If these ideas are true, the way we see Odin, Ragnarok, and Norse heroes may have been shaped by unseen hands. Stay until the end and subscribe to follow every new truth being uncovered about Viking manuscripts. The Codex Regius is often called the Bible of Norse mythology. Copied in the 13th century, it preserves poems that survived thanks to medieval scribes. Yet this historical detail brings a troubling question. Was the text preserved faithfully or filtered through the culture of its time? In a Christianized Iceland, monks and scholars lived in a very different world from the ancient skalds. Some historians believe the scribe may have arranged or adjusted sections to make the stories understandable within a medieval mindset. This doesn't mean everything is false, but it opens a powerful debate. How much of the original oral tradition remains untouched? What was preserved and what may have been reshaped is still an unanswered question. Among all the poems, Völuspá stands out as one of the most fascinating and most debated. It tells of the world's creation, Ragnarok, and a rebirth that follows, often seen as the pure essence of pagan belief. However, some scholars point to similarities between this narrative and Christian apocalyptic ideas. The vision of destruction followed by renewal echoes themes known across medieval European literature, raising the possibility that certain elements were influenced by the religious context of the time. The real question is whether these parallels are cultural coincidence or deliberate adaptation. While some researchers argue the pagan core remains intact, others believe the poem may have been shaped to speak to a Christian audience. Another intriguing detail lies in the order of the poems inside the Codex Regius. Today they appear to form a continuous story, from creation to Ragnarok. But a growing theory suggests this sequence may never have existed in the original oral tradition. Researchers propose that a medieval compiler arranged independent texts into a clear narrative structure. If true, our modern understanding of Norse mythology as a single linear story may be the result of an editorial decision made centuries later. For many, this idea feels unsettling because it suggests that what we learned as the official story might actually be an interpretation built from scattered fragments of ancient poetry. The truth is that historians still disagree on how much of the original pagan tradition survived unchanged. The Codex Regius stands as a bridge between two worlds, ancestral pagan culture and the Christian medieval society that recorded these poems. Missing pages, subtle handwriting changes, and possible religious influence make this manuscript one of the greatest mysteries of European literature. Every new analysis raises more questions than answers and shows that the search for the true essence of Norse myths is far from over. Perhaps the Codex Regius didn't lie, but it may have quietly shaped the way we see an entire mythological universe. And that mystery continues to captivate scholars and viewers today. If this topic intrigued you, leave a like now and subscribe to the channel to follow more discoveries about Viking manuscripts, hidden historical secrets, and debates that almost nobody explains. Turn on notifications and come explore every hidden detail of Norse mythology with me.